think the biggest thing probably is the team we built here at City Hall, which is a very diverse team. They're very hardworking. They're committed to transforming Erie, which is what we want to do. Build opportunity, restore hope, transform Erie. That's kind of the mission that's driving us, and my team is doing a great job. I always say I could probably only do about 5% or accomplish about 5% of what we do without the team. They are huge, and we work well together. We don't always agree on everything, but that's good because there's a lot of good conversations that we go through, and hopefully we get to the best solution eventually. But I'm also been committed all year and will continue to be committed to being open, honest, transparent, and accessible to everyone in the community. And if I make a mistake, as I said, I'm going to admit it. I might be the last one to realize it because everybody else will see it first. But if we do make a mistake, we're going to say that was wrong. We're going to do it differently going forward. Here's how we're going to do it going forward. So those are the things in terms of our approach that I'm particularly proud of. Also very proud of the service culture that we're building here at City Hall. I think people that maybe came into City Hall in the past, when they come in now, they'll see a real difference. Employees are wearing their name badges so that when visitors are here, when a visitor comes into City Hall, it's hard to tell where you should go if you don't already know. So that's why I asked all the employees to wear their name badges, and so that visitors know who the employees are. And we also implemented the 2010 rule, which when employees 20 feet away from someone, they should smile and make eye contact. And when they're 10 feet away, they should say something. Whatever they're comfortable doing. Might be, hey, how you doing? Hello. It doesn't really matter what you say, but just greet the person. And I think that's making a real difference in how people feel about City Hall.
And if you would look at, the structure of the administration from the time you walked in to where it is today, what are some of the things that are different from that time to today?
Yeah, well, one of the things we did when we started to realize this budget situation about the middle of last year is we put a policy in place that anytime an employee leaves, we want to evaluate that position and say, do we really need to replace it? And if we do need to replace it, could we do it with a part-timer instead of a full-timer? I'm proud of the fact that we've eliminated actually 6 positions using that approach. We've got a couple more that are on tap for 2020 as well. And we saved over $550,000 in salaries and expenses. 90% of the city's budget is employee salaries and expenses. So if you're going to make cuts, that's where it has to be. I'm trying to do it in a kind of a painless way by doing it with positions that come open and then deciding what to do with them.
And one thing people have said a lot over the last couple of months is that Erie's kind of coming together like never before. How do you think City Hall played a role in that?
Well, I think we do have a part to play in that, and I totally agree that people are working together like never before. I've lived in Erie all my life, and I've never seen people working together as much. Kathy Dahlkemper and I, for instance, have lunch about every other week, just the two of us, and we talk about what's on our mind. One of the things I've learned is we're not going to agree on everything. We probably agree on 90%. But the 10% we don't agree on, we just converse about it, try to understand each other's position, and then move on to work on the things we do agree together. So, public officials are working together much more. The private sector, businesses, the things Erie Insurance is doing, the things UPMC Hammett, St. Vincent's, our universities, Gannon and Mercyhurst. There's so many people collaborating now, putting things together, like our fireworks last July 3rd. We hadn't had fireworks in Erie for several years, and thanks to Mercyhurst, we were able to put that together. So there's a lot of good things, and a lot of it is just the way people are working together now like never before.
And what are some of the things you're looking forward to moving forward into 2019?
2019, we've worked hard over the last 6 to 9 months on putting together a thing called the People's Supper, which is really an effort to celebrate our cultural diversity. As I always say, racism and prejudice still exists in Erie, but we're trying to eliminate that so people can see the value of the cultural diversity, the very rich cultural diversity that we have. So this People's Supper is going to be going on over about the first 6 months of next year. We have a very diverse group of people that are going to be part of that. We're going to build relationships, and we're real anxious to see what comes out of that in terms of moving our first vision statement forward, which is that we really celebrate our rich cultural diversity that we have here in Erie.